Hi, this is Mike. Welcome back to the Moodle project. The goal of this project is to install the infrastructure to run an instance of Moodle on a Linux server. This is just another step in that process. In this session, we will install MySQL Server. Use PuTTY as our SSH client. We'll select the Moodle project that we'd set up in previous session, as well as the account. I'll need to log in as root so that we can install programs. And again, we'll use yum install. This time we'll install MySQL Server. Yum, again, is searched for all the dependencies and packages and processed everything that MySQL needs to run. So we'll go ahead and OK that. Okay. So now let's do the same thing that we did before with HTTPD, and let's make sure that it starts on reboot. So it's check config. Check is abbreviated. So we'll make sure that that's on. Now let's go ahead and start the service for the first time. Type in service that we want to start, and start. Since this is the first time that we've started MySQL, it'll give us some instructions. Ignore the first one. I'm not sure what this means. Most likely nothing. There are a couple commands here that we want. There are a couple things that we want to do, though, in this list. And what we'll do is initially, the very first thing we'll do is we'll set the root's password. So we'll just go ahead and copy this. And if you highlight text and then hit right click, it'll paste it. So let's type in our password, our root password. Let's create a password for root. We'll just call it MySQL root. It's not real secure, but for our purposes, that should be just fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run this user bin MySQL secure installation. Oh, by the way, this second command to set a password is for a remote host, root, to log in from a remote location, and I personally think that's a bad idea, so we won't set that. So we will run through this little wizard, though. For the root password, so we'll type that in. And we'll go ahead and just change it to something more secure. Okay. Remove anonymous users? Yes. Disallow root, log in remotely? Yes. Test database? Yes. Reload privileges tables now? Yes. Okay, so there we go. We have MySQL installed. We can, let's go ahead and just log into MySQL from the local host here. You type in the command MySQL, U is for user, root -p password. Okay. Now, there are a couple commands that are useful. So databases. One. So there's two databases. Information schema and MySQL. So if this, the point that we're at, MySQL is a DBMS, database management system. So the point where we're at now, we're really not connected. We're not really inside any database. So if we want to work on a specific database, we have to type in use and then the database name and the semicolon. So there it shows us that we've changed databases, and now we can use another command, show tables. That'll list all of the tables that are in the MySQL database. From the command line, you can do any kind of queries. There is one other command I'd like to show you. In addition to show tables, show databases, show tables, there's also a command called show columns from then the table name. So we're in the MySQL database, do a show tables. That gives us a list of tables. So let's say we want to see the columns on the host table. Show columns from host, semicolon. That'll give you a list of the columns, type, different, whether or not it's a primary key, and any other information that was used to create the table. We'll come back to MySQL a little bit more when we're installing Moodle. So this is the end of this session. We'll talk to you later. Bye.